Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks so much for joining us for another week of Nate and Ian's Listening Hour. Ian, how we doing, brother?
We're good now. We don't have to talk about it, but we will because we like to. We just had so many technical problems, but we think we figured it out. I feel like we should know this by the third episode, but it's Nate and Ian. We don't really know much about this, but we're figuring out as we go.
If only we had a technical producer to help us with these things.
Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of do. We're in two separate locations. I think people realize that, but so it's hard to have. I mean, our technical producer is technically in DC with you.
Yeah.
So if I have a problem, I need someone in person. So once we make millions, we'll figure that out.
Make millions of fans, I think is what you meant to say. Hey, but did you see the new intro? I mean, the fans have to be excited about the new intro, the new outro. We have like a transition scene. We worked hard on this week, and I think each episode's getting a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Nate, you did a great job. You'll see it, we put it in post, but the intro and stuff and outro, Nate worked really hard on. And I'm doing the editing, but it's all him, I promise.
Ian is a good editor. Man, I'm impressed with you, Ian. You know that?
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm proud of you. Hey, so let's give some stats, right? So last week when we did this, we had 5 subscriptions to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We asked for 6, and I tell you what, the listeners went above and beyond, because right now we are at 19, Ian, 19 subscribers. So we're gonna put a stretch goal out there, right? We're gonna ask for 20 subscribers for next week's episode.
So that'll put us at 39, which is a big number, but be great.
It's also, I think we have over 100 that like our Facebook page.
Yeah,
dude,
we appreciate that. So.
We absolutely do. I'm pumped.
Facebook's tough nowadays because Nate and I are both in our mid to later, I'll just say mid 30s, and honestly, Facebook is what people our age and older use, but it's not the thing anymore, man. It's like Instagram and this thing called, I'm not exaggerating, I don't know what it is, like TikTok.
No idea.
I literally don't know what it is, and Snapchat. But we appreciate you liking on the Facebook page. We're working on doing an Instagram thing. Again, it's hard to figure out if you're over a certain age, but we're going to put in the time because we love our fans. So many.
All 19 of you guys. And if one of you 19 knows how to work social media better than us, which is most likely, please let us know and be a part of the Nate and Listening Hour, family, right? I mean, we're looking for a few good men.
I mean, we're working on everything. I got a new webcam coming next week, so the next episode, hopefully, I will look better. I know the first couple episodes, Nate looks great on his laptop. My computer situation is weird, so I look terrible. But we're getting everything there. We're getting new lights. We got new mics, webcams. I need, so
haircuts.
I'm not. I can't get a haircut.
No,
my
you should.
My roommate won't cut my hair. So.
Hey. All right, so one thing that we've asked for from you, Ian, for the past 2 episodes, right, was an awkward story, and last week you blanked.
I did. Well, it's New York. I'm not trying to be like, oh, New York, but I was asking my roommate actually today. I was like, dude, I need an awkward story because I've come home and told him and my friends like so many awkward stories because literally it's New York. One happens every day. But I remembered one. It's not so much an awkward story as it goes with, if you watched our first episode when we gave relationship advice and I talked about I've been single for, I'm not going to say the number again, but that many years.
Yeah.
It kind of goes in hand with that. So I'll just jump into it. How's that?
I think that's exactly what you should do.
Okay. Last year, 2019, I think it was January or February. I work at this hotel bar. I'm a bartender. And this, Nate, you'll like it because Nate's been around me a lot around females and knows that I'm not good at it. So that's where this story is heading. But long story short, I working a Saturday brunch. I cut my finger, like slice my finger open, horribly. And I leave, say I'm gonna go to the hospital. I need stitches. So I drive. I drive in New York. I drove myself to the hospital nearest my apartment. My brother meets me. I go in, and I'm sitting there like just I wrapped it up myself at work. It's like bleeding. It looks horrible. But then it's literally none of this is exaggerated. I look up, and this nurse says, "Right this way." She was drop dead beautiful, and she was I don't remember, I didn't ask her, but she was foreign, a beautiful accent. So she brings me into the room and like undoes the bandage that I did on there and is like cleaning it up and all that. I'll just make the story shorter. She is about to give me stitches, and I pass out on this bed while she's putting stitches in my finger. It was horrible because I woke up and I was like, she was like with her looking at me like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. But in my mind, I'm like, I just need your phone number. And this is really embarrassing. Cause you think about it, Nate, like a nurse, no, there's no offense, but like the stereotypical, like it only happens in like movies where like, oh, you fall in love with the nurse. She was absolutely beautiful, and I fainted while she was giving me stitches, and she thought I was real dumb. My brother, who was there, like I said, I went out and told him that story, and he just busted out laughing because he's like, "Of course you would faint in front of a."
So here's the question, right? Did you faint because she was giving you stitches, or did you faint because of just how naturally beautiful this girl was?
I wish I could say that. If I ever see her again, I'll tell her. But no, I fainted because I hadn't eaten since like noon, and this was like 8 p.m., and I was dehydrated. That's what I'm telling myself.
So did you get her number?
No.
Did you think about asking for it?
At first, yes, and then I fainted, and then I said, well, that's not going to work.
Yeah, it was over with, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
So that's not so much awkward as embarrassing, and because I remember I came to and she was just staring at me with my finger. I'm like, hi, can I have some water? Not good.
No, I love it, man. That is awkward and somewhat, I'd say, probably more embarrassing, right, than anything.
Super embarrassing.
But I think we've learned our lesson. Drink water while you're working.
I did. I think.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, so the other thing we want to mention is, last week we mentioned that we want you guys to submit some photos to us of some awkward photos, right? Now, we did receive a number of photos this week, and they are phenomenal. However, we want to make it quite a segment. So we're asking again. Ian is going to put a example up on the screen right now.
Yeah.
And this is Ian in a black, looks like a unitard or a onesie of sorts. Is that correct, Ian?
Look, this picture has already been posted so many times. Yes, I did ballet when I was a kid. Apparently, they made me dress as a horse.
Well, okay. What ballet were you doing?
I don't know. I really don't. It was like the spring concert or whatever. I was like 5 years old, dude.
You look way more than 5. Were you 6 foot as a 5-year-old?
As a 5-year-old. I was probably 5 foot, dude.
Yeah, you're as tall and lanky as you are right now. I just have a few questions about this photo. So you have, I assume this is some type of pony?
We'd like to call it the Hosie.
The Hosie. All right. I want to know two things. Number one, how was the tail attached to this costume? And number two, who gave you the direction to just give those limp wrists as just eloquent as they are.
Okay. Answer the first question. I don't remember this, but I assumed that the tail had an elastic band and it was like around my waist. I don't know that for sure. God, that's you guys better send good pictures. This is something that I don't put out there. This is embarrassing. And secondly, I don't know. I've been literally my parents and friends and brother and sister have made fun of me my whole life because they're like, "Oh, Ian's a little hosey." So,
look, I know that most of the people that are listening don't know your brother, sister, or mother and father. They are some of the greatest people I know. I'm just gonna say that right now, Ian. And look, I had both. Well, I had your father as a professor when I was in college. I know your mother very well, and I don't think they make fun of you. I think that's just like this defense mechanism that you have, saying that the Hosey is made fun of, because I just don't see that as part of your family. I think they're great people. They would never do that.
Right. So they would. So no. Let me go with that, because some people who are watching this are the culprits of this. But I think you may know this. But every year for my birthday for the past, I would say 4 years, it's a fun game now. This picture got out there. I thought I was the only one who had it. So now my brother and sister and my sister-in-law and a bunch of other people make this their profile picture on Facebook for the whole day of my birthday on March 4th. A lot of fun. So
it's pretty cool that March 4th is your birthday when that is also, Marching Arts Day.
Yeah. Well, that's why I did marching band for 37 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I know.
Well, hey, so what we're asking for your pictures. We want to do the same thing we just did to Ian. I'm going to put some, we have some from some other listeners that have already submitted. So what we want to do, please, just if you send us an email, go to our Facebook page. Ian has his phone number listed there. Send him a text. We'll put you on this podcast, and we look forward to it. That's going to be in next week's episode. So,
yeah,
Ian,
it's going to be good.
Hey, would you do us a favor?
I could try.
Let's kick off this EP.
Let's do it. Entertainment page. I'll check my notes. Okay. This is actually my dad. I was talking to my dad, and I asked him some questions, and he said, "Oh, you should do a story on this." There's a lot of stories on this, and this is kind of I chose this because of last week's episode you talked about ghosts, and that could kind of go both ways. Like, do you believe in it? Do you not believe in it? So I wanted to talk about the Pentagon releasing videos of the UFOs.
Sure.
Okay. So the U.S. Department of Defense releases 3 declassified videos showing unexplained aerial phenomena. The videos they've been previously leaked. But they were shot by U.S. Navy fighter pilots. We all know that. It's in the news. The objects were hovering, spinning, and flying across the Pacific Ocean. This is quotes from the fighter pilots. The Pentagon sources confirmed the videos are genuine, but they don't confirm linking the UFO to alien spacecraft. I think this is, not to quote what I just said, but I think this is phenomenal because it makes me so excited. I'm not even scared about like aliens. I think because this has been going on I did some research like just years. Like there was the biggest thing, thousands of people witnessed in Washington D.C. I think 1956. I could be wrong on that date. I didn't write it down. But there are so many, videos out there that and now I think it's cool that I found a bunch. Maybe I'll put a link up, but there's so many videos out now of like from the fighter pilots, and they're not even being like, oh, it's just maybe it's a what are those called? The people a drone. They're literally like, this is something nobody's ever seen before. I just think that's really cool. Thoughts? I mean,
yeah, man,
more come out.
So just a few things, right? Like, I just wish they'd land. I mean, if they're real, land, right? Their technology is obviously better than ours. Land and come say hi. That's all we want. Just come say hi. And then
Yeah.
my second thought would be the technology that was in the SR-71 Blackbird, right? Beautiful plane. I'm not sure when it came out. I had no idea that Ian was going to talk about this. But the technology, we had that technology in the mid 60s,
Yeah.
which is crazy because if you think about it, what other technology is out there that we as, the general populace or general population of the world, right? As a world citizen, what do governments have that we don't have access to?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at technology we use every day, GPS. These were all things that governments held against us. Not against us, but they held it from us until, hey, you know what? This is okay now. This is technology that we can put out for the population. Perhaps that is what this is as well. Just because technology, we're like 40 years behind what individuals have. So number one, come say hi. That's all we ask. I don't want a beam of light. I don't want to get sucked up into some spaceship. Just come say hi. It's fine. We'll be nice. Number two, it's crazy to me the technology that's out there that we have no idea exists. I love that story, Ian. I love it.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I mean there's a little bit more like I think I messed this up in last week's episode, but Dan Aykroyd is, I talked about him last week, but he's super outspoken about his own personal UFO experiences. One of which was confirmed. I can't remember the exact date, but he witnessed UFO sighting, and it was confirmed by thousands of people. It was this conference. I forgot the city, but and he even there's I want to mention these guys because they're amazing. Nate, I don't know if you've listened to these podcast dudes, but they're the last podcast on the left. It is Ben Kissel, Marcus Parks, and Henry Zabrowski. It is one of the best podcasts out there. My brother got me into it. They do everything. They do UFOs, Bigfoot, sports, entertainment. They do, and they're hour and a half episodes. They're brilliant. But Dan Aykroyd was on one. They had one called Men in Black, the
movie. Yeah.
No, but Dan Aykroyd,
it's the second best podcast out there.
After us, of course.
Right.
But no, Dan Aykroyd had an experience in Manhattan in Times Square, and about Men in Black. The two guys showed up in a black car. He turned around, saw them, and then did a double take, and then they were gone. Stuff like that. He was on that podcast that they when they were talking about the Men in Black, and it is riveting. I went on a road trip last year, and I listened to 8 hours worth of their podcast, and go check it out. I'll put it's lastpodcastontheleft.com. Great dudes. They do tours, and I want to be just like them.
Well, hey, Ian, leave a link in the description to their podcast, and then for the people that do follow us, all 19, leave a comment. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Are UFOs real? What's going on?
What's going on? Story 1, done. Story 2, that was about UFOs. This is just a real quick, funny story that I found. I'm not sure it was super recent, but I thought it was funny. And I can ask you a question afterwards, Nate.
Okay.
So, a California woman dreamed about eating her engagement ring, and when she woke up, she found out that she really did eat it. I'm not gonna say her name. I wrote it down, but this woman was on a high-speed train that was racing down the tracks.
Was this in the dream? This is the dream.
Nate, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Let me start over.
Yep. A high-speed train.
She was on a high-speed train that was racing down the tracks, her fiancé by her side, when the bad guys appeared. Only one way to protect her 2.4 carat diamond ring. Swallow it. And this is a quote from her. I popped that sucker off, put it in my mouth, and swallowed it with a glass of water. And then she woke up. She woke up and realized the ring was not on her finger, laughed about it, and then she had to wake up her fiancé, who was sleeping next to her, and say, hey, honey, I just swallowed your 2.4 carat diamond ring. So, Nate, that's a kind of funny story, but I wrote down, you ever do anything weird like that while you were sleeping? Maybe not eat a ring, but
yeah, I don't think so. I do sleepwalk every now and then.
I did not know. Yeah.
So I did my freshman year of college. Number one, okay, who has a 2.4 carat ring?
I don't know what that even means. I just wrote it down.
It's just really big. So they're rich. I'm proud of them for being rich. Number two, my freshman year, I was a student at Belmont University in Nashville, and my roommate at the time was he was on the Ranger team at Vanderbilt. I woke up with him coming into the parking garage outside of Maddox Hall at Belmont. I was in just my boxer shorts outside my truck trying to get in my truck. And I woke up and he was like, "Nate, what are you doing?" And I said, "I have no idea, but I'm here outside my truck with just my boxer shorts on." So there was some sleepwalking. I don't think that, I mean, swallowing a 2.4 carat diamond ring is way worse. I don't think anyone was up when I was doing that. It was like maybe 6, 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
What about you, Ian? I mean,
I honestly don't. I don't sleepwalk. This is real weird. This is not something weird, but I did. I knocked over a glass of water this morning that I have on my nightstand. I woke up and I was like all wet. I was like, oh look, in the cup. I was like cradling the cup. But no, I mean that was just an accident. I probably just swung my hand. I don't do. I think I've been told from people that I sometimes punch in my sleep, but again, there's not a lot of people to corroborate that story.
yeah, well, you're not wrong about that.
So, but that's I don't really do much, but I just thought that was kind of funny. I wanted to hear if you'd done anything. So
I have. 2.4 carats is ridiculous. Okay, hey, moving on to the next segment. Usually this is where we go into the sports page, sports book rather, but tonight we're doing something a little bit different. We're testing Ian's knowledge of Marine Corps jargon.
oh gosh, and again I did not. I thought about, honestly, I'll tell you, Nate, I thought about Googling this because I didn't want to make myself look stupid. Maybe I could get one or two right, but I did not. So I'm just gonna try. If I get, I think I can get maybe two. I'm gonna guess.
Ian, I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so as you guys know, military in general have some really stupid acronyms. We speak in a way that maybe the general population doesn't understand. So I have 5 terms for you, Ian. Okay? We're going to start with term number 1. Term number 1. What is scuttlebutt?
Scuttlebutt. Isn't that something from Little Mermaid?
Maybe. I mean, it might have been on a ship. I don't know. What is scuttlebutt, Ian? What is scuttlebutt?
I've heard that before. And here's the thing. My brother is not a Marine, but he was in the Army.
Yep.
And he didn't tell me any of these things if he knows them. So, no, scuttlebutt.
Yep.
Is that somebody who recently had an accident and then they were forced to, you know, that move where you like do like the crab on the ground,
right?
So you're scraping your butt on the ground.
Yeah.
So
is that your guess? Is that what you want to go with?
I mean, yeah, I've heard that term, but I don't actually know what it means.
So scuttlebutt is not what you described. Scuttlebutt is like a rumor, right? Or like what people are talking about, like the gossip. That is known as scuttlebutt. It was a valiant effort, Ian. Okay,
Appreciate
term number 2, and this is a boot camp term. Okay. What are go fasters?
Excuse me?
Go fasters. What are go fasters?
Oh, I know exactly what those are. I've had one most of my life. It's that person when you're driving, and they're I know this. You're driving, right? Especially me back in the day. I was never like a fast driver. I was just driving through Tennessee, and that your friend is, in the back, not the passenger seat, but the back seat. They're not the one next to you. They're in the back, and they're like, "Hey man, go faster!"
That's a go faster?
That's a go faster.
I love the energy. However, go fasters are a term in the Marine Corps for tennis shoes.
Oh, tennis shoes?
You wear them to go faster.
Wait, well, what about, you also wear like skis to go faster.
Yeah, but we don't wear well, okay, we don't wear skis in boot camp. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
0 for 2.
0 for 2. It's okay. You're going to get me with the trivia later on. Hey, so the next Marine Corps term, the 5.56 hickey.
5.56 hickey?
Yeah, what's a 5.56 hickey?
Well, that's easy. You remember in it You remember in I think it was elementary school, you played what is that? Wow, what's that game called?
Kickball.
No, not kickball.
The parachute. You did the parachute.
No. Foursquare. You're playing Foursquare.
Yep.
But in boot camp, I know this. I watched the video. You change it up. There's 6 squares. So you hit it in the 5 square. You hit it in the 5 square, and you hit a 6, and then somebody else hickey.
So the 5.56 hickey, we shoot NATO rounds right out of our rifles. The 5.56 is the size of the ammunition, and the jacket, when it ejects, the round goes down range. The jacket ejects out of the rifle. I'm talking a lot with my hands at this point. And when you're shooting, someone is close next to you, right? And so it ejects out of your rifle and oftentimes gets stuck on your neck. And when the brass is really hot, it'll make a mark on your neck if it gets stuck on you. That, Ian, is a 5.56 hickey.
Well, I was close.
That was not too far off.
Yeah, 0 for 3.
I got 2 more for you, okay?
Okay.
What, Ian, is a boot?
Can you give me the language of origin?
I can. American.
You said boot or
Boot.
a boot?
Boot.
Boot. A boot.
No, not a boot. Boot. What does boot mean?
Big old Oliver Twist.
Was that the guess?
Yeah, I mean, because it's something you put on your.
Correct. You would imagine that a boot is very similar to a shoe that you put on. So a boot is someone that they first get to a unit. They're very new in the Marine Corps. We call them boots.
I did know this. I just forgot. I really did.
I believe you, actually. That is not that uncommon to call someone.
I've heard in our years of friendship you referred to like, oh, yeah, we got new boots today or something.
Correct, yeah.
Not
like,
that exact thing, but I've heard you say that.
That would be a boot drop, right? When you get a bunch of new guys. All right, last one. Are you ready? What is a field day? A field day, Ian.
Again, this is really simple.
Mm-hmm.
Elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys do the same thing in Marine Corps boot camp. You got the turtle races.
Yeah.
You got the kickball. You know the turtles. You do that.
Yeah.
Nobody can see my lower half, but you got the turtle races. You got the kickball tournaments. You got the flags on you, flag football maybe. You got the fried pretzels. You got the big old slushies.
Yeah.
You got maybe some wiffle ball. You got prizes. You got pin the tail on the donkey. You got stepping through the what are those called? Tires. Man, it's a field day. It was so much fun.
You know, and when we first joined the Marine Corps, and by we, I mean me and not you, I didn't mean that like derogatory way. No, I thought field day might be the same thing, right? Sounds like a ton of fun. However, field day is just where you clean your areas. You clean them all. You take you clean the furniture. You strip and wax the decks. You clean the walls. You field day. All it means is a very deep cleaning. That's a field day.
Well, then why don't you call it a cleaning day?
Because Marines are not that intelligent.
Well, I didn't. Oh, I didn't mean that. I'm just saying, like, because
Oh, I meant that. I absolutely meant that. Yeah, we call it a field day, and there's no rhyme or reason for it.
That makes me sad, dude. Field days are supposed to be, like I said, you got the cotton candy. Forgot the cotton candy.
Who can throw the ball the furthest, right?
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, let's be honest.
Stuff's
All right.
good.
Well, hey, you did pretty well. You got 0 out of 5.
Hey, but you know what? I did those. I'm proud of my responses because none of those were premeditated. I didn't think of those. I just waited because you didn't tell me what you were going to ask me beforehand. So
You're absolutely
I feel
right.
pretty good.
I'm proud of you. Again, Ian, I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Hey,
So
let's do this.
Okay.
I gave you trivia, marine trivia. You give me, I think, in our last and final segment of the evening, let's do some sports trivia. What do you say?
Yeah, I got a couple, and I'm excited about these. These aren't as super weird and obscure as maybe next week's will be, but this is like to start you out. And I want to thank my parents. You mentioned earlier, actually, will watch this and they love it. And I called my dad, and he was like, "You should do some super weird baseball trivia," because he has. I told you last week, I love baseball. I know a bunch of weird stats and whatever, but my dad. I'm gonna go on record. My dad knows more baseball statistics than anybody in the history of man.
It's impressive.
And I feel confident saying that. So he has books on it. He has a bunch in his head, and I called him this morning. Again, didn't get the weirdest ones. I want to save those for next time, but I did get some fun ones from him. So I'm gonna quiz you. Dad grew up in the North. Again, I got the Tigers fan base from him, but he was also a Red Sox fan because he kind of grew up in that area as well. He likes the Braves.
Yeah.
But, because like I was watching Braves, in Tennessee, and he was watching those with me. But this has to do with he is also as myself. I know I'm in New York. I don't want to lose any fans or whatever because you can be whatever you can like whatever team you want, but I despise the New York Yankees, even though I live in New York, and I feel comfortable saying that. It's okay. So, first question.
What we got?
First question. This one's weird, but think about it. Who is the best all-time pitcher against the Yankees with over 20 decisions? So they pitched against them, starting pitcher, with over 20 starts. Who's the best all-time pitcher against the Yankees?
All right, so it's an American leaguer. Probably in the East, I would imagine someone from the Red Sox. I'm going to say Roger Clemens.
You would think it'd be somebody from nowadays. You ready for this answer?
Phil Niekro.
Nice guess, but no.
Okay.
Here it is. With a record of 17-5 versus the Yankees, a 7.73 winning percentage. The best pitcher all time against the Yankees, Babe Ruth.
Wow, I like that. That's awesome.
Babe Ruth. You would have never guessed that. My dad asked me that question, and I said, "You're kidding." No, that's it. So
that's awesome. Yeah, that's a good question, Ian. I like that.
Yeah. Okay, there's 5. I'm gonna do 2 more because they're fun. And if you have any sports questions, feel free. Email us, text us. Apparently, I just found out my number is on the Facebook page. I think I put it on there, but I guess I forgot.
Or just comment below.
Or comment below. We need more comments.
Yeah, we should do that.
I like this one because it also has to do with the Yankees. Top 5. You ready?
Yep.
Most home runs all time against the Yankees. And I'll give you a hint. This is the fun part. Most home runs all time against the Yankees. I want to hear the top 5, and the top 5 are all Red Sox.
Wow. I was going to go with Ken Griffey Jr. for number 1, but he's not a Red Sox. Okay. Ted Williams.
That is one of them.
Big Papi.
That is another one.
Nomar.
Is not one.
Okay.
Not a huge home run hitter.
No, he wasn't.
Hit
But he
for-
was a great contact hitter.
Yeah, hit
Played
for
at Georgia
average.
Tech. Played at Georgia Tech. Another Atlanta boy.
There you go.
All right, so Big Papi. Who was my first guess? I can't remember anymore.
You said Ted Williams.
Ted Williams. Okay, so Red Sox. Let's think.
You got Teddy Baseball and Big Papi.
Give me one. Give me juices flowing.
I'll give you one that you probably won't get. He's
Okay.
a super weird left fielder. Traded to the Dodgers, I believe, afterwards. Manny Ramirez.
Yeah, I know. I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Manny.
Goofy guy. You got Manny, Ted, and Big Papi.
Okay, so I got two more. I'm thinking back, man. Jason Varitek, also not a huge home run hitter.
I'm gonna need you to go much farther back,
Okay.
or I can just tell you. But
Yeah, tell me. Tell me. I got two. That's not terrible.
hey, no, you did nice. So number 5. This is most home runs all time against the Yankees. Number 5 is Carl Yastrzemski.
Yeah, I should have gotten that.
Number 5. Number 4 was Big Papi. Number 3 was Manny. 2 was Ted Williams. You got that. So remember, these are all. I did this because I think this is fascinating. This is most home runs all time against the Yankees from any team. These people could be from any team, and I think it's great that the top 5 are from the Red Sox.
Sure.
So you got Yaz, Big Papi, Manny, Teddy Baseball, and then number 1, Jimmy Fox.
Wow.
Jimmy Fox.
Wow.
So
I would have never gotten Jimmy Fox, to be honest with you.
I didn't either. I got a couple against my dad. My dad asked me that this morning, and I think I got Big Papi, Ted Williams, Carl Yastrzemski, and I missed Jimmy Fox and Manny Ramirez. So
Yeah. Another great question, though. That's awesome. Yeah.
I'll do that one next week. I got one more. This is super quick because you're a Braves fan.
Yep.
All-time winningest pitcher for the Braves.
Phil Necro.
Incorrect.
Wait,
356 wins. I'm not going to tell you. 356 wins. All-time winningest pitcher for the Braves.
Sandy
300
Koufax.
Incorrect.
I don't even know if he played for the Braves. How many wins? 336?
356.
I don't know.
Warren Spahn.
Warren Spahn. Yeah.
Spahn. 356. It's ridiculous because that's just now because back then they pitched a lot more innings and more game every 2 or 3 days because
Right.
there was I don't know how, but there was less injuries and now people are retiring after 20 seasons and they have 200 wins.
Yeah.
He had 356 for the Braves.
It is super incredible. Dude, I kind of miss old school baseball. I really just miss baseball in general. But hey, man, those were fantastic.
Yeah, and that's baseball. Nate and I love sports. That's baseball. Maybe next week we'll do some hockey or football trivia. Hey, you know what? I know what we'll do. You and I both love college football. We'll do some college football trivia.
Absolutely. So the sports book has now turned into trivia, which I like. At least while there's no sports stories, right? Although I will say, Ian, I just want to. What was that?
I just saw it fly.
Yeah, what was that? I will say this: if you haven't seen Project 11 on ESPN about Alex Smith, his injury, his comeback, and just he had 17 surgeries, go watch Project 11 when you have an opportunity. It's an amazing story. Alex Smith is an awesome dude. If you don't know, Redskins quarterback. Anyway, go watch it. Project 11, fantastic, just film by ESPN E60. So, hey, we come to the end of another episode. We are so happy, you guys. For the 5 people that are still listening, thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
Nate and I we're having fun.
Yes, we are.
We were a little bummed we had some technical difficulties, and then we started this recording, and it just went out the window because it's fun for us. We hope we're not going to mention the COVID-19 thing, but, if you have 30, I don't know how long this one is, 20, 30 minutes, just, listen to it. Hopefully it makes your day a little brighter, and it takes your mind off of some weird things that are happening right now because we're just talking about random stuff, basically.
Absolutely. So, Ian, always a pleasure. To our listeners, have a great week.
Deuces.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out another episode of Nate and Ian's Listening Hour.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
We'll see you guys next week.